The Fault in Our Stars is a novel by John Green. It was published on January 2020. John Michael Green was born in Indianapolis on August 24, 1977. He attended Lake Highland Preparatory School for elementary and middle school. Later, he went to Indian Springs School, which he later used as setting for his book Looking for Alaska. His debut novel, Looking for Alaska, was awarded the 2006 Prize Award. After John graduated high school, he had a double major in English and Religious Studies at Kenyon College, graduating in 2000. He then spent 5 months working at a children's hospital while enrolled at the University of Chicago Divinity School, as he intended to become a priest. But while working at the hospital, he had a change in heart when he witnessed their life-threatening situations. John then decided to become an author and live in Chicago working for the book review journal Booklist. Hazel Grace Lancaster and Augustus Waters meet and fall in love at a support group for teens with cancer. Augustus, once a rising basketball star, has lost a leg to bone cancer, and Hazel carries an oxygen tank everywhere she goes because of thyroid cancer that has spread to her lungs. Hazel and Augustus start a relationship that develops when they take a trip to Amsterdam, founded by the Jenny Foundation, a fictional equivalent of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Augustus, who qualifies for a wish through the loss of his leg, has arranged the trip so Hazel can meet her favorite author, Peter Van Houten. Van Houten has agreed by email to discuss his only book, An Imperial Affliction, with them in person. An Imperial Affliction is a sacred book to Hazel. She identifies with the heroine Hannah, who dies of leukemia, and is consumed with the desire to know what happens to the book's other characters after it ends. In Amsterdam, Hazel and Augustus share a romantic evening together before a crashingly disappointing encounter with the literary idol. Van Houten is drunk and contemptuous. He refuses to answer Hazel's questions about the characters and mocks her for asking them. They leave his house in disgust, and after a painstaking climb to the top of the Anne Frank house, Hazel impulsively kisses Augustus. On their last day in Amsterdam, Augustus gives Hazel terrible news, which he has delayed telling her in order not to ruin their trip. His cancer has returned and spread throughout his body. He is not only sicker than she is, he is incurably, mortally ill. Hazel stays by his side as the cancer slowly, then more and more quickly, destroys Augustus physically, emotionally, and mentally. Augustus dies 8 days later. At his funeral, Van Houten appears behind Hazel and reveals that Augustus had demanded he do so. After the funeral service, Hazel tells her parents that she wants some alone time and to go for a drive. Not having left yet, while still in her car, Hazel is frightened when Van Houten abruptly enters the car from the passenger side. Van Houten then apologizes for his behavior when she and Augustus were in Amsterdam and explains to her that An Imperial Affliction was inspired by his own daughter, Hannah, who died from leukemia at a young age. He gives Hazel a piece of paper, which she initially crumbles up and discards in the car, but later retrieves it after Isaac visits her and at her house and reveals that the paper was a letter from Augustus, who had asked Van Houten for assistance in writing an eulogy for Hazel. Hazel reads the letter, in which Augustus accepts his fate and professes his love for Hazel. As Hazel finishes the letter, she lies on her back on the lawn in her backyard and looks up at the stars, smiling. Fault in Our Stars remains very true to the book. All the key plot points are intact. and nothing really important is left out. Anyway, there are some differences between them. For example, in the young adult novel, Hazel has a friend named Caitlin who is up to speed on her budding romance with Augustus, as well as the latest fashions. In the movie, Caitlin doesn't exist. Augustus' former girls, Caroline Mathers, who died of brain cancer a few years earlier, weighs heavily on Hazel's mind in the book. In the movie, there's no mention of Caroline or the effect her death had on Gus. For the movie, Bond decided to leave out Hazel's disdain for all the Facebook comments people wrote following Gus' death. In the book, Hazel is infuriated by all the cliché sentiments and rashly posts something critical of another commenter, assuming Gus would have despised the sympathy notes. The novel explores themes of love, loss, and the human condition. One of the main lessons that can be learned from The Fault in Our Stars is the importance of living life to the fullest even in the face of adversity. Hazel and Augustus both know that their time is limited, but they choose to make the most of it by cherishing every moment they have together. Another lesson that can be learned from The Fault in Our Stars is the power of love and connection. Hazel and Augustus' relationship shows that even in the face of death, love can still bring joy and meaning to life. Additionally, the novel also explores the idea that it's possible to find beauty and meaning in life's most difficult moments, and that even the most painful experience can ultimately be transformed into something positive.